Sonny Landreth, and welcome to Slide Supernatural. My goal is to help you to unlock new possibilities with slide guitar. We're going to hold to some of the tried and true basics as a foundation, and then expand upon all that in three key areas: melody, harmony, and rhythm. Well, melody for me is huge. It's always been a big part of the music that I've written. I think it goes back to the Delta Cats and the whole notion of getting a vocal quality and more of a lyrical sound on your instrument. Well, with harmony, it gets really interesting because with these open tunings, there are a lot of possibilities with fretted notes, open strings, tones from the slide, ghost notes on the other side of the slide. So it gets pretty complex. Rhythm is a huge part of my sound, I think, because it goes back to when I was a kid and going into New Orleans for the first time with my family. And that's when I was first introduced to jazz and blues, and hearing second line and the rhythms that had a lot of syncopation in it. And for me, that's kind of like great spicy food. I've organized my course into two sections. In the first section, I'll run through many of the methodologies that I use in my playing all the time. I'll show you a lot of my favorite tunings, finger guarding, fretting behind the slide, vibrato, palm techniques, and other techniques that I use. In the second section, we'll work with 12 slide studies that apply to all of the concepts we talked about in the first section. The rhythm tracks that we will be working with are pulled from the original tracks from many of my recordings. Instead of learning the whole song, I've selected sections of each song to work for the specific techniques we are applying. For example, in the first study, we'll work on finger guarding. We'll check out a fretted rhythm pattern over an open A string and open A tuning over the Milky Way home. We'll get into a minor blues using tremolo picking, single note lines, and fretting multiple notes behind the slide in The World Away. I'll show you some classic lead lines supporting rhythm parts and some cool lead lines using notes behind the slide on the intro and verse of The Promised Land. Then we'll dig into a second line groove like Congo Square using harmonics, ethereal ghost notes, and rhythmic syncopations. Next, we'll hit a classic shuffle using Gemini Blues. Here I'll show you a blues progression alternating between fretted notes and slide notes, right hand muting for a chugging rhythm part. I'll show you how to rake and slap harmonics for the theme of Hell at Home. Then we'll investigate interesting chord voicings to create tension and release in open E using the verse of Brave New Girl. Next, we'll discover how we can use vibrato to create a lyrical vocal quality on the melody of Brave New Girl. We'll also work on some solo studies, the first of which is from the tune Next of Kindred Spirit, where we'll incorporate multiple parts for a complete solo piece. Using the verse of Zydeco Shuffle, we'll dig into some Chet Atkins style picking and fretting behind the slide to form some great chord voicings. And finally, we'll look at Here and After to show how call and response can make a solo piece more conversational. So all of this is going to be tabbed, notated, and include rhythm tracks. So let's grab the guitar, grab the slide, and let's get started.